Hey there everyone, Captain Beards here, bringing you another My Hero Academia, the strongest hero video. And today we're going to be talking about getting a hero stronger without wailing. Because that's the most important thing to me, because it's easy to say throw your credit card at the game. But no, I'm going to tell you how to do it without wailing. Let's get it. Alright guys, so we're going to be talking about getting stronger. And I by no means am a whale. I'm probably like low tier dolphin or whatever you would call it. So I'm not whaling out on these characters and trying to get them to the triple S state. I could care less about that. Honestly, I'm all about just pulling the character at least once and just enjoying that character. But I cannot lie, if you do get your character to double S or triple S or SSS plus, yeah, you're at an advantage in the PvE side of the game, unless you're playing Super Co-op Battle, but who plays that? It's trash. But besides that, yeah, so the I was going to say Super Co-op Battle again. Now it's on my mind. No, but yeah, SSS Plus for the big whalers. And it's not completely necessary. It's a little bit overkill on the PvE side, but it is a nice increase in your power and your BP. But there's other ways to get stronger, and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about my All Might here, because I pulled one copy and then I was done. Like, I didn't want to go for another copy. I could care less about getting another copy. And I'm going to be real with you guys. The dupe system in this game is absolutely atrocious. I think it requires 2 copies in order to pull the next... in order to get the character to SS. And yeah, 2 copies of an S character. Yeah, with the current rates.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's hard enough getting the S character themselves, never mind doing the SS. And I get it, I get the system, because they have a pity, and it's like they're looking at it like, oh yeah, eventually, yeah, it's going to happen. But still, it's very intense, and I don't like it, and I hope they can narrow this a little bit down, because SSS Plus looks damn near impossible. Even for me, I'm a huge My Hero fan, but SSS Plus, that's impossible. It's insane. Unless, of course, they release a Midoriya with Eri on his back. Then, oh man, we're selling the house. But besides that, so this is a big increase in your BP, a big increase in your power, but it's not the only way. So let's move on here into the upgrade section. Don't neglect this section, right? This section is huge, and you will get a lot of power from this just by leveling up and then giving your characters their equipment to advance and stuff like that. Do not neglect this section at all, right? If you have a character that you're trying to use, you're trying to make sure they're good to go for a mission or whatever, make sure that they're as far a level as possible. Make sure you're giving them the items as to the best of your ability. Do not slack on this, I'm telling you. Hit them with the flex all might. And then next on the list, which is Affinity, which Affinity is a nice boost. You're not going to get a lot from it, but it is a nice boost. It's mainly helpful for your teammates. So anybody that uses All Might has a kind of like support. So if Midoriya does a certain attack and then All Might pops out and does something, that Midoriya is going to have a huge advantage with him, because, you know, you boosted his affinity and stuff like that. So it is quite good. I wouldn't say it's absolutely necessary for BP power, and it's really not going to help All Might himself in the fight, but it is nice nonetheless. So don't neglect this at all. It's good, but don't neglect it. All right. And next, we're going to talk about the most important ones, which is these 4 on the bottom here. We got the skills, we got the talents, we got the cards, and we got the chips, and then, of course, gear. And this is where it really comes into play. All right, talking about skills first. Skills is pretty much a one-time upgrade, and then when you get your character to a certain level, you pretty much max this out. You are an advantage if you do SS the character, so do note that you do get a little bonus here. Not completely necessary to max out your power, and like I said, it's an advantage. I'm not going to deny that, but it's not completely necessary. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. My All Might, he autos this mission. Traces in Night City. Yeah, my All Might, I literally 5 times in a row, and he autos this mission every single time. And he's been doing that since 19,000 BP. I'm not even kidding you. If you guys want to see a video of it, comment down below and let me know, and I'll post the video. I don't care. I'll prove it to you. But yeah, he autos that with ease, successful every single time, and he's only at 21,000 BP. So, and I think that is part of the skills, you know, having my skills maxed out, which is huge. These are expensive, but it is worth the upgrade. It's a good BP increase, but just the upgrade in themselves, the power that you're going to get, and that's what it's about, guys. It's not always about the BP, it's about that power. Now, I know they're linked together, but, you know, making your character strong in other aspects, guess what? They can be 19,000 BP and crush a 31,000 BP mission. Trust me, all of my units have been doing that. And then let's talk about the next thing, which is going to be your talents. Now, talents, again, it's sort of like the skills here, where you're not going to get a lot of BP from this, right? I'm getting 1,484 BP, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. That's, you know, that's a fat number. You know, minus that from the 21,000, I'm looking kind of weak, right? But it's the other stuff you're getting from this, right? You got all these little buffs and bonuses, and the final tiers, the final ones, are just so good. So good. Like, it's actually surprising how good the final ones are. So I don't neglect it, guys, and make sure you focus on one path first, so that way you can hurry up and get to the final one, and then focus on the next path, and then focus on the next one. And if you're struggling with getting your talents, right, talent points or whatever they're called, sorry, P factors, it's quite easy to get. You can get it from one. It says the daily quest, but I think your best bet is definitely the battle shop, because over here you can buy these, and the way you get these little tickets here, these cards, is the super co-op battle, which of course is the pay to win side of the game. But yeah, the best way to do this is literally get as far as you possibly can, as far as you can here, right? And then you're just chilling, because every hour you're gonna get these BP, these card thingamajiggies, and then next thing you know, you're getting like 6, 7, 800 a day, easy, right? Actually easy. You know, sometimes I log out, and then when I log back into the game, I have a crap ton of this stuff. So yeah, so do not be afraid to use your P factors, or use your, what is it called, battle cards. Don't be afraid to use your battle cards on this. Trust me, guys, it's actually worth it in upgrading your character. I'm probably going to spam like almost all of these for my endeavor when he comes out. So and then talking about the next thing here, which is the super co-op battle buff. So right below the battle shop is the buff shop, and one of the buffs in here, which is this right here, the super co-op battle buff. Now, if you were smart, you probably ended up getting this, which is very smart, because you're going to increase your production of those cards by 10. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but that stuff does add up. So do not neglect this at all. And actually, that's going to be the one I'm going to save for, because honestly, that's the best way to get these cards, and the best way to get your factors, because honestly, the daily quests and stuff like that, they just do not give you enough. They really don't. So I would probably prioritize maybe stamina buff and then the super co-op battle buff, in my humble opinion here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And the way you get this stuff is the performance card, which is the agency goals and stuff like that, which it's hard to get. So yeah, be very smart when you spend that stuff. So talents, very good. You're, like I said, not going to see a crazy increase in BP, but the crazy increase in power, you're definitely going to see, hands down. Make sure you're mindful of that. That power is going to be nice. And then next thing on this, which is your cards. All right, so with the cards, as you can see, this is what I pretty much got on my All Might here. The cards are unique, right? I think what's important with the cards is not just their abilities, which I think are very huge. I think it's also this right here, these set effects. Making sure your cards are working off of each other is absolutely huge, right? Because those additional 90 points of attack, and then you got down here and another additional 90 points of attack, that's a lot of power increase, and that's actually huge. Not to mention, every single 5-star card gives you 330 BP, and then of course if you limit break them, or break through them, it turns to 500. So that's pretty huge. But when it comes to upgrading, and of course, active cards are always really nice. I mean, 500 for that 5-star one, for a 4-star one, it's 400. But then you get to that 6-star one, it's 700. Of course, this is very RNG because you got to get lucky in your pools. But this is a nice increase in your battle power. Now, when it comes to upgrading the cards, they don't do much. I'm not going to lie to you. So when I go from 15 to 16 here, let's see if I can even do it because I might not even have enough. All right. See, I only get a 6 increase in battle power. But do the math in all those levels, you know, level 15, level 21, level 18, level 16, level 12, you know, with a 5 to 10 BP increase, that does add up. That's a couple hundreds, right? I think maybe even thousands. So, yeah, do not neglect the card upgrades. Even though when you hit it, you know, it doesn't look like a lot. It's like, oh man, I'm only getting 5 here. What's that, right? Trust me, it's actually a bit. It's actually quite a bit. And if you have a character that you really love a lot, like say you're working on your 3 team, right? Obviously be mindful because, you know, in some PvE aspects, 6 team is what's needed, like super co-op battle. But for most of the PvE side, it's a 3 team or you're relying on that one character. Be mindful because you might want to break through. For instance, I got her here, Recovery Girl. I had a dupe 5-star one, but then I actually had another 5-star one, which I think is on my Aizawa. Yeah, my Aizawa. And I decided to say, you know what? Screw it, I'm going to limit break them, right? So do not neglect your cards. I'm going to say it again, do not neglect your cards. But be mindful, guys. Be mindful because if you spread your resources too thin, that's how you start to get weak. Like, I'm serious. Like, as you can see, I have almost every character in the game, but I only have only have cards on 6 characters, and some of them I'm barely even working on because you gotta be mindful of those resources, guys. Because every little upgrade, every little thing you do, it matters, right? All right, and now chips. Chips is pretty important. I'm not gonna lie, you do get a big BP increase from this. Like if I remove this one, I just lost 1,700 BP. Equip that, it's level 10, right? And then that does affect all my hero because if I remove it and then go back to my hero, 1,900. So you could see, yeah, chips quite important. I got some 6-star chips here, and then I got this 5-star chip here, which I'm farming to try to replace. But yeah, you not only are going to get a big BP increase from this, you're also going to get a big effect from it, so a lot of power from this. Obviously, the effects are always all the same, whereas in like, for instance, you can get a different All Might core here, and this symbol of peace effect is going to remain the same. So do understand that. But this is here's the but part. This is the important part. The stats, right? These stats you got to pay very close attention to because sometimes these stats, sometimes they're better on other stuff. So let's take a look at this one, this level 1 over here. Now, the base stat is always the same, attack and defense increase. But over here, you look at the extra stats. You see speed on this one. You see power on this one. You see crit on this one. You see penetration on this one. So to be honest with you guys, I'd rather this core than this one. So you're probably like, but BEARDZ, this one's level 10. This one's level 1. So if you switch them, you're losing, right? Yes. But the cool thing about the game is when you enhance, you can use these chips here. Or if you scroll down, you can use this. So the core that you already just pretty much put effort and soul into, you can use it and it's gonna give you most of that XP back. Not all of it, because obviously you can see I'm going from level 1 to level 9, but I am getting most of that XP back. Now, I honestly prefer that you use your chips to upgrade other chips, then use your chips and try to sell them. If you sell these chips, I think they only go for like 50 to 100 money. I'm not even kidding you. Not 100,000, not 50,000. No, just little 50, 100. So, and that goes for all of them, even the 6 stars. If you think I'm kidding about that, let me go ahead and show you. So yeah, you see, like, BEARDZ, you're lying. You're lying. You're a liar. Yeah, go ahead, look at that. Look at that 6-star All Might chip that I was about to use to do the upgrade, and it's only 100. So yeah, don't sell your chips. Don't sell pretty much nothing in this game, because selling in this game is terrible. So yeah, make sure you're focused on your chips here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do that switch. I'm gonna do that upgrade here. As you can see, it's a level 1 chip. I'm at 20,000 BP here. Let's go ahead and upgrade it. 20,000 BP. We're gonna use that other chip that was super mighty here, level 10. But you know what? I don't want it anymore because I don't like the stats on it. I could be wrong though. Watch, somebody in the comments gonna be like, yeah, you're super wrong about this. I got crit and penetration increase, which is actually pretty awesome. If there's something I wanted, it's definitely that crit. I rather the power, but you know, I'd rather crit and power, but you know, crit penetration, we'll definitely take it. It's at a nice level 9 here, and then we could just use the chips here, just get it to that level 10. Now here's another thing too. Let me show you guys something here. Oh, we got the speed increase. Nice. When you use this stuff here, these chips here, look at that gold, right? It starts to like kind of get a little, it starts to skyrocket a little, right? When you use one of these down here that's already upgraded, let's see if I have one. I don't even think I have one that's already upgraded. But we'll just use a high level one. When you use one of these down here, you know, you're going to get a good stat increase. It's not going to be crazy amounts because it's only level 1, but it's not going to affect your money as bad. I don't know if you've seen it, but I think it was only like 18,000 when I used that level 10 one. So, yeah, right here, level 6, right? 12,000, and I'm going to get 26,000 XP from it. So, yeah, definitely worth using them, and definitely be mindful of that. So now we can compare the next one. So it's comparing the two here. And as you can see, even though this is a 6-star, look at it. It's got crit rate, crit resist rate, crit damage, power, but it's missing a 4 stat, doesn't got one. So that's kind of like a little bit lame. I'm kind of like, oh man, I kind of don't want that. I'll probably just end up using it to upgrade a chip for All Might or upgrade something else. You never know, right? Now, grinding these out, here's the thing. If you're not using your extra energy for your supply runs, right, then you should be using your extra energy in the night ops section. I stand behind it. Now, if you can't farm the traces in Night City, that's a-okay. Not everybody can do that one yet, right? So you got to start at the bottom. You start at before the storm, and you start farming these coins, right? And you build up and you farm these coins. Eventually, once you get to that 100%, on this last one is a gold coin here, right? When I get to that 100%, I can go over to the mall here, go over to the night ops shop. It's going to open up these tiers, and you're going to start with buying a 4-star chip, right? And with this 4-star chip, what happens is you get to choose one of those 3, right? So guys, it's not just, oh, you get this and then you get a random chip, right? No. So for instance, I'm almost at the 6-star chip. I'm actually going to get All Might's chip here, and then I'm going to choose, show you guys. I'm going to choose this one right here. I'm going to choose the memory one, and I'm going to switch it over. So that way he's going to have a 6-star memory, and then I'm going to upgrade it. So let me go get that right now. I'll be right back.
2 hours later.
Alright, so we did the farm real quick, and then we're going to the night shop, 6-star chip, and then boom, we pick All Might, and then bam. As soon as you do this, it's going to send you over to this page right here, where you can see which ones you want to get. Now what's pretty cool too is like if you forget, you could actually click it and you'll see like own 1, own 2, and then boom, you got this one, which is a 0 own. Now again, you have the base stat, which is going to be HP attack. They do not change. Defense HP and then defense attack. Those don't change. And the stats that it's going to give you are completely random, so you could get lucky and you could not get lucky. But the cool part about this is something that, like I said, you can always farm. Like this is something that's, you know, the night ops shop and the night ops missions are always going to be there, so that's pretty cool. You can really beef up your character. So let's go over to All Might now. 21,500 BP. Look at his chips here, and then let's go ahead and click this one here, And then as you can see, we got the 6-star here. Now, I did get unlucky because it only has a 3, and then it's like crit resist rate, tenacity. Technically, like, it's okay, but I'm still going to do the swap because when I do the upgrade, already, you know, from 5-star to 6-star, I'm getting a 51 BP increase. Now, let's go ahead and do the upgrade here. Now, I do believe there's a chance to get a 4th stat when you do upgrades. I could be wrong about that, but where's that All Might piece? Right here, level 8. Alright, so it's going to get to level 6. Not a big deal. Boom, let's do that. And there we go. Okay, so we did get a 4 stat. We got penetration, which is not too bad. Let's go ahead and increase. We'll go ahead and see if we could take it to 8, maybe. How far are we away? Oh, there we go. We'll take it back to 8. Just like the other one was, right? Crit resist rate. So I'm definitely going to want to replace this in the future, but I'm definitely going to be farming the night ups for Endeavor. And then here we go. So he went from 21,500 to 22,000. So guys, again, this section right here, huge. Absolutely huge. Do not neglect this. If you are suffering with BP, if you're suffering with power, do not neglect this, right? Farm the 6 stars if you can. Start from level 1 first, you know, and then start farming those 6 stars and get those characters strong because you're gonna make some meaty characters. All right, now that's pretty much it for that. And the last thing I'm gonna talk about, which I'm just gonna kind of hover over it real quick, which is gonna be your gear. Which gear does play a big role too, and do not neglect this. I'm getting 2,700 BP from this, and I've barely even been working on this. Like I've been neglecting the crap out of this, but this is something you're definitely gonna watch for too, and make sure you upgrade it. I'm not gonna talk about this too much because I feel like this is a whole nother video thing. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for the video. I know it was a long one, but I did want to go over, like, guys, it's possible to get your hero strong without being super whale mega lord, right? You don't need to get the heroes to SSS plus. Yes, will it make the PvE side easier? Yes. Will it make the super co-ops easier? Yes. But it is not something that's going to hurt you tremendously, so don't worry about it too much. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any other things, any other tips you want to give, not just to myself, but to the community, go ahead and comment down below and let me know. And as always, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay positive. Peace out.